saying in the chat today? Mudram, your face. You are logging. Your face. Okay, then let's run this file. This file was based on that input output, right? We will go through some images, and then other stuff. In that current folder, can you keep some photos also? In that current folder, this folder we are using JavaScript data binding folder. Under this JavaScript data binding folder, keep some 2-3 photos. Rename 1, 2, 3. 3, 4, 5, 6. If you have photo, you can keep there. Send anyone file, I will guide you. Send anyone file, I will guide you. Concatenation part. We have to convert into %. Anyone have written the code? Share your file or code in the chat. I will guide you. Concatenation part should convert into addition. At least code you can copy paste in the chat. Yesterday example you tried using addition or concatenation. Not right. Listen at least. If you try, you will get idea. If you not try, mind will be always blank. Code is in laptop. Where are you? Okay. You can send it later. Create next file, data binding 5.html. Data binding 5.html. HTML will start. We can use body. We can use head script. Body we can follow. Now let's go inside. Follow one center tag directly. H1 tag. Two-way. data binding. Down below, write a text area following side rows equal to 10 rows, also equal to 50 columns, and on key up equal to call a function 1. Inside the function 1, you can pass this dot value, this dot value. This dot value. On key up, right? On key up. On key up. This dot value, the value of text area, will go to a function. Will go to a function 1 as an input. This input we can alert here. Whenever you type any character, it will come in the alert. On key press. As you start typing anything, alert will come. Okay, support working. On key press, alert is coming or not? Yes. When you type, those values will come in the alert. Whichever the character we type, that should come in the alert. Okay. Those values are coming alert. Now those values should print in the paragraph automatically. ID equal to ID equal to MSC. Check now. The value whichever we enter, the value should come to the paragraph. You will type under the text area. From there, where it should go? Paragraph. So alert was coming. Alert is not required. Value should come to the paragraph. So how to go? We have ID called MSG. So we can write here document dot get element by ID. Document dot get element by ID MSC dot inner HTML equal to input. Inner text you need to write because here only text is going to come. Inner text equal to input. So whichever the character we type, immediately that value will come under the page. Right? Hopefully printing or not.
Yes.
So on key up, event will fire. Value of the element will go to the function. Function will capture and pass to the browser. So dot value we are sending as a parameter to a function. Here become as a argument. Now here become as a argument and here become as a parameter. This dot value become as a parameter. Where you receive that become as a argument. Now this apply for this max length. Max length equal to 100. So total user can type 100 character only. User can type total 100 characters. Okay, ready? Now come down below. In a paragraph, display pending. So the user will type 20. Remaining is how many? You can display here, no? This is also 0. This is also 0. Both are 0, 0. Now go here in the browser. If you start typing, text is increasing, but its total also should get increase. Okay, it should display here pending. It should display pending. First should be total, second should be pending. See how it will come. Go here. Write a variable something. ABC equal to total how much you have? 100. Total length is how much? 100 plus 100 plus, or we can write like this: in 100 left, in 100 left, input dot length minus 1. Input dot length 100 minus input dot length. Input dot length. So what should be the output of this? Here might be we have to use the board mass. The bracket you can use here, because first it will do the, it should do the first minus 100 minus input dot length. Okay, pending will come here. Pending will get merged in this. So it will say in 100 left 80, in 100 left 50, something like that. It will give you the message. Provided sequence. Hello मैडम, आप बोले थे डॉक्यूमेंट में कुछ लिस्ट भेजने के लिए, क्या कहते हैं, आपको नहीं भेजी हमको ईमेल? नहीं, मैं देखा, दोनों ईमेल चेक किया, दोनों में किसी में नहीं था। 1 मिनट फिर से भेज दीजिए ना, सियाराम यादव 18@gmail.com में। हाँ हाँ, करेक्ट करेक्ट, उसमें भेज दीजिए एक बार ये सर। उसमें भेजिए, मैं 3 o'clock तक भेजता हूँ आपको। ठीक है, हाँ हाँ हाँ, चेंजेस है। हाँ हाँ, दोनों का प्रूफ है, मैं आपको भेजता हूँ दोनों का। ओके, होप रेडी। Now what it will generate the message? It is going to generate message like this. Suppose you have typed 5 characters. You have typed 5 characters. Total length, how much you have given? 100. So you have typed 5 characters. It will say in 100 left 85. If you type 6 characters, then it will say in 100 left 84. Okay. Input dot length. Input is what? A string. Dot length. So it will give total number of length of the character minus how much? 100. 100 minus length. Suppose 20 characters you have typed. So remaining will be how much? 80. Now 80 will get merged with this. So this becomes a concatenation here. Next, after that, you have written one line called pending below. ID is the pending here. Inside the pending, you are going to send. Inside the pending, you are going to send pending dot inner text equal to ABC. Pending dot inner text equal to ABC. Coming something? This 100 will be fixed. This number will keep change. Once you reach 100, it will say sorry. Typing got to stop because max length you reach here, and here 0 is pending. Once it reach 100, as soon as it reach 100, below one message should display here. Okay, once it reach 100, below one message should display like you reach limit. Okay. Not alert. We can display here in the bottom in one more paragraph. Okay, we can check if input dot length is 100, then it should display the message like you reached limit or limit is over. So anyhow, it will get disturbed, stop here. Typing will get stopped, but once we can display a message, you reach 100. Okay, go here. So this line we understood. We are taking the value and we are sending to paragraph. This line, what we did a small calculation. Total length we are given 100. So 100 minus given input. After that, pending will get combined with this. And finally, this ABC variable you are sending to pending paragraph. We have a pending paragraph. Right here, one more paragraph. Maybe you can write ID equal to okay, error, or instead of error give some meaningful message called notify give id equal to notify notify return. Now let's go here, write a if else in the last. What is your requirement? If length is 100, then it should display message below you reach limit. Else message should get removed. If less than 100, no any message. If reach 100, then only display the message hi you reach the limit. Okay. So go here, write a if condition. That is called a control. Control structure, what we understand? Control structure meaning is inside the project, the data flow will happen. So when data will go from where to where, that we have to control it. That control will happen through the what? Control structure. That is called two types. One is called loop, another one is called condition. So here what we have? We have condition. There is not looping. It should not display the message 20 times. It should display the message only one time. Based on what? Certain condition. So we are going to write a condition now, saying like if input dot length is 100, then only display the message. That becomes a condition. Okay. Now you can write here input dot length double equal to 100 is a comparison. Then this one else this one. If input dot length is 100, then something else something. If input dot length is 100, then input dot length is 100, then we need to display a message that is called notify. NOTIFY. Under the notify inner text, limit is over. Limit is finished. Limit is finished. Else notify dot inner text equal to empty. You have to clear it. No any message. Written. Type till 100. See what is happening. Once it reach 100, limit is finished. If you reduce one character, it will solve. It's finished. Okay, so flow is clear. What we are doing in each and every line. Go next thing. Working or not working, one person log out, 7 was there, you are log out. Okay. I thought someone is log out. Working. See this kind of example you will see everywhere. Go to naukri.com, enter your profile details. It will display no. Go to Twitter, post something, there also it will display. Go to many places. Okay. So there, like based on the client side is going to identify as a user you interact. Now you are giving the input. Input gone to the HTML. HTML hand over to JavaScript. Now JavaScript is keep tracking. Are you following the condition? Following the condition. The process will happen not in the server, in your computer. Suppose naukri.com you will open in your laptop. You will enter the profile details. You will start typing. Now calculation will happen there. It will display, okay, 3000 is the total number of characters. You can enter headline of the file. In that 100 you have written. Remaining is 2900. So there the calculation part, you see this calculation part, where it will happen. It will not happen in the server. That will happen in your computer. Okay, JavaScript will process your input. Your input will be processed by your system only. Where? In your PC. Finally, once you click on submit button, then request will go to backend. Okay, before that, whatever checkbox you check, click submit here, there, all will be processed by your server, your computer. That is called a client side processing language. Now it will reduce the server burden or not. Suppose this is one page. Assume this is one page. We are writing here. We are writing here. At a time, this page is opened by 100 user. This page is opened by 100 user. I type one character. If this request will go to server to find the length, you will also type one character. That request will also go to the server to find the length. How many requests? Two requests. 100 user is there. Now 100 user is typing. Correct? Now see, on each and every character press request will go to the server. Think about the server. Server is only one and client is how many? 100. Now one person will type very fast. In 1 minute, he will type 50 characters. Now what will happen? In 1 minute, 50 requests will go to server. Server will be too busy. Next user will open the page and says, it cannot. Reason is what? There is a huge request is coming. Okay. Sometime, like when the people will hack the website, how they will hack? They will not take the data from your database. They will not destroy your website. Okay. They will send unnecessary requests to your servers. Like suppose your website abcd.com. I will create a JavaScript page here. From JavaScript page, I will start hitting to your server in for loop. I will put a loop for 1000 times. I will click on button. Now for loop will start running in my system. From my system, request will go to your server. Okay, see how fast for loop run? Very fast. 1000 time it will run, and that many super fast. 1000 time request will go to your server. Your request server will deny the request because it is not any kind of input, not output, just only request. Now what will happen? Server has to listen the request. When the server will listen the request, this is illegal request only. No? The server will be busy in handling the illegal request, and the legal request will be in the pending. Useful work will be in the pending, and useless work with server will be busy to handle the useless activity. Request will be denied. There is no problem at all because that's not matching. Only you are sending the request without any input. Okay, server will deny the request, but still server has to listen. Yeah, request has come. Look at what is that? They'll find it useless. Okay, ignore it. But they will be busy or not? Busy listening the request. That way people will travel to the website. Okay. Long back, many people were there from Turkey, from Afghanistan, from the different countries. They were hacking the info campus website. Okay. They were sending the continuous request. Okay, when we see the server log, we'll find okay, in 1 minute 2000 requests are coming. Server will become too slow. Okay, too slow. Then we identify what are the IP address requests are coming. We added some code over there. We come to know these all are the IP requests coming. So nearly 300-400 IP request was coming continuous. So those IP address we block. No. Now they will change. They cannot change always IP. IP sometime it will be limit. Sometime it will be changed. Okay. So those random IP was given. Those IP address all are blocked. Okay. Now from that network, no request. Page will be fast. Else it will become very slow. Okay. Come down. We'll go next file. Similar example, image related. Next file we can create data binding or not image related data binding. Create something different. Data binding 6.html. Data binding 6.html. Start from HTML. Follow the page section. Follow the script part. Come inside. Follow the body portion. Okay, inside the body, create one text area. Not text area. First to follow a center tag. Center open. Center open, center close. Okay, ready? Now come there. Create one, write one H1 first. JavaScript checkbox. True and false. JavaScript checkbox true and false. So when you check the checkbox, for JavaScript is considered as a true. When you uncheck the checkbox for JavaScript, considered as a false. Okay. When we check any checkbox, it's called as a true in the term of JavaScript. When we check as a unchecked, it's called as a false in the term of JavaScript. Create a text area. Row calls we can give calls 50, 50, rows 5. Keep a paragraph in between. Paragraph so that line break will happen. Placeholder. Leave the placeholder, let it be anything. Now write here a checkbox. Input type equal to checkbox. Input type equal to checkbox. ID equal to anything. CHK. On click. Call a function call 1. Same as ever. Same as ever. Run the page. 2 text area and 1 checkbox. 1 text area up, 1 text area down, and you will have in between one very good checkbox. The checkbox represents same as ever. See, it is saying like same as ever. Okay. Now write a function. Any function you can write. Fat arrow is also fine. Now let's go here. What is the ID we are given? CHK or checkbox? CHK. Create a variable CHK only. document dot get element by ID. Which ID? Dot not value. dot check. Document dot get element by ID chk dot check. CHECKED check. Okay, it is. Next. When you click on checkbox, see what is coming. Alert CHK. Because under the checkbox, user will not enter the value. They will click only. If they are clicking, then look at here. Check means true. Uncheck will be as a false. When you check it, it's come as a true. When we uncheck, it's come as a false. Okay. So we got true false. Now, based on true false, if it is true, it should take the first text box value and give to second one. If it is a false, then it should clear the second one. Suppose this is the permanent address and this is the local address. I enter here for Bangalore, and click on checkbox. What should happen now? Bangalore should display below. That is a requirement. Hello. Okay. Yes. Okay. 2 o'clock. Exact 2 o'clock. I will be free. Confirm me. Okay. So I enter the Bangalore. When we check the checkbox, the value should appear here. When we uncheck that, value should get removed from the second. So what we are going to do in this? We are going to take the value from one text area and give to another text area based on condition. What is the condition? If the checkbox is checked, user wants same address. If the checkbox is unchecked, user wants different address. Now, first we have to identify whether checkbox is checked or not. Right? Checkbox is checked or not. So now based on this we understood, no? Yes, if true means checked and false means unchecked. Okay, true means checked and false means unchecked. Next we have to work on this part. Let's come. Take the value of first text box. What is the ID? ID we have not given. For first text area, we have any ID? No ID. We have to write here. ID equal to MSG1. MSG1. For second text area, write ID equal to MSG2. ID equal to MSG1, ID equal to MSG2. we have to take from the MSG1 and we have to display under the MSG2. We have to take from the MSG1 and we need to display under the MSG2. That is the requirement. Okay, that is the requirement. Next, after that, take the value of first one and store in a variable. Create a variable called message equal to take the value from the first one. So how to take the value from first one? Document dot get element by ID. What is the ID? MSG1 dot, it's an input field. You have to write the value property. Now from the MSG1 you took and stored under the message variable. Write it here and alert once the message variable. Enter the value, click on checkbox. Whichever the value you have entered, alert is coming or not, we can check once. Enter the value under the first text area, click on checkbox. That value is coming as a alert or not. Okay, ready? Now come, let me show you. I have entered the Bangalore in the first one. If I click on checkbox, I should see the alert as a Bangalore. Now that Bangalore should appear here. When we uncheck, the value should get clear from the second box. So you are going to learn how to assign the value and how to clear the value based on condition. Yes. So we'll go here and we'll write here if CHK double equal to true. If the CHK is true, then MSG2 dot value equal to that message variable. Else MSG2 dot value equal to empty. MSG2 dot value equal to message. MSG2 dot value equal to empty. Okay, no? Coming or not coming? Yes, similar corresponding address or see, we enter here something, click on yes, came here, uncheck it, go. Write it. Read this 3 4 lines only. Okay, ready? Yes. Okay. Look like meaningful, right? This is this one. But here logic what we understood. First we understood how to take the value first text box and give to the second text box, text area. And third we understood how to identify the checkbox. The checkbox to identify checkbox will return you either true or false. If it is a checked, then it will return as a true. Unchecked, then it will return as a false. Okay, come down. Now a small task for you. After text area, first text area, write a paragraph. ID equal to total. In first text area, how many character you have typed? While typing, display the length here. In first text area, see, I have written as a 0. Previous example is no, you are able to display the length of character. Similar way now, in this first text area, whatever the text you enter, display the length here immediately. When you start typing, the length will display there. Go here, so it's by default how much? 0. I type some few characters. That length should come here. On check value is going down, there is no problem. But we wanted you to display the length here. It will not happen using the same function. You have to write one other function. Okay. On the first text area, to find out the total number of character, you have to write another function and call on change. Any chance? You have to write a separate function for that. And on change, call the function. Okay, let me write as well. First on key up. See on key up in the first text area. On key up. You have to call a function. Any function name, you function two. Any function name, function two. Pass there this dot value. The value of text area. This dot value, the value of text area you can pass directly to a function two. Now function two you have to write here. Variable function two equal to right inside is a input, and input dot length you need to display to the total dot inner text equal to input dot length input dot length input dot length. Happening now? See over here. When I type into the text box, it's now working for anyone tried? No. Checkbox checked value is coming and going on. On checkbox, when you select the checkbox, value is getting copied. So the error, no? I will go. What is the ID for paragraph total? On key up, you call the two, this dot value, there is the two. You are passing your value, you have to receive here. See how I capture your input. Then I found input dot. You have not used the input character. No, it's correct. Okay, so hope this technique we understood. Let's go ahead next. Next we'll work for the image part. Next file we can create data binding 7. We are going to change the property of text box. 7.html. HTML section, script section, body open close, follow the center tag, H1, JavaScript and HTML property binding. We are going to change the property of HTML using JavaScript. So there is one, enter password, create one text box, input type equal to ID equal to pwd, button, so button ID. On click equal to call one. On CLI, on click equal to call two. Two functions we are going to write, hide and show. Okay, so write two function. Function one, document or better than YIT. Document or get 11 by ID. which ID? PWD dot inner, not inner, dot type equal to text. See, by default type is password. Here by default type is password. We are changing to text. Convert to password. We are changing the type of text box. Type equal to password. Type equal to text. Okay, hope ready. Click now, enter the value under the first text box. Click on first button. Click on second button. We have to enter the value, then we need to click. One, two, three, four, five, six. Once you click here, function one will come. Function one will change the type. Something wrong. On click equal to function one. Get element by ID. PWD dot type equal to text. Is okay. Function two. Get element. Get element by ID. PWD dot type equal to password. Wrong, not happening. Enter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let me see the condition. This document.getID is not a function. Get EL. Okay, spelling is wrong. Get ELE. Mm-hmm. 3, 4, 5, 6. This is working. There is no any limitation of number and text. You can give anything. So the code will be wrong, then it will not work. Compare again. Any ID type, showing directly error now. Get ELE by ID pwd dot type equal to text pwd dot type equal to password function 1 function 2 document dot for function 2 class bracket were not closed for function 2 curly bracket is not closed for it. Okay, now come next. After button, display a ID total. How many characters you have typed in button? On button click, you need to show. When we click on button, which button? Either first button or second button. Any button you click, it should display below the length of how many characters you have entered. Okay. Button click are able to display the length. In first function also and second function also, take the value of text box, find the length and display here. Any button click, get the value of text box, length and display. Two line we have to write in both. First you have to take the value, button click, and then Able to write? No? You have written. Enter open. Nothing like that here. See, I asked when you enter the value under the text box and click on any button, it should display their length below. So first you take the value of text box in the first one. All or write a function 3. Simple write a variable function 3. Inside the function 3, you take the value of text box. Document.getId pwd.value. Okay, pwd.value. value. Store under the var a. Now the var a length we need to send to the this one total. Here total is there. You have to write total dot length, total dot inner text equal to a dot length. So this will give the value of text box, taking the value of pwd and finding the length. Now the function 3, we can call both the places. Let me share the function 3. And function 3 you call here also. Function 3 you call here also. And function 3 you call here also. Both the places. So whether you click first button or second button, function 3 will call. Function 3 will take the value of password field and find the length and pass to the total. You have to write 2 line here also and 2 line here also. Instead of writing 4 line, write only one place, no 2 line. Write a function separate and call both the function inside. Okay, working there. Today example, whichever you have created, you need to read little. You need to understand that what is happening inside. 9. Okay. Today example, you need to read little. Go through that. The data sending value, receiving the value, those are little important area. Okay, then we can log out.